Good evening, friends, and welcome to the wonderful world of FCTV. This is Poetic License, November 2023 edition. This is a virtual open mic where we share original poetry, prose, and acoustic music. My name is Donna Shear, and I am your host. The suggested theme for tonight is wonder. Wonder. So we'll find out how everybody chose to use that theme. In November, we celebrated FCTV's 30th anniversary by hosting the Community Media Block Party. It was quite simply wow in every single way, except for the weather, which we had no control over. But thanks to all the talented people who made music and danced, cooked, green screened, and shared important information booths. And thanks to the FCTV staff for spending an entire Saturday afternoon explaining, entertaining, and collaborating. I hope we do it all again next year. I hope Kurt heard me say that. A shout out about two of my favorite programs on FCTV. First is Gail Blakely's Falmouth is Cooking. She has seasonal recipes, guest chefs, and great culinary discussions with guests. Second is Falmouth in Focus. If you want to know what's going on in Falmouth in Focus with Michael Kasparian and Eileen Preston hosting it every month, that's where you should go to because it talks about all kinds of interesting things. The most recent one was talking about gardening and the housing issue. There was an ocean spotlight on it, No Guff Week, and so many more things. It's just absolutely wonderful. FCTV is a nonprofit organization. Donations are always greatly appreciated. But if you would like to help support FCTV, getting a membership is probably the easiest and the best way to do it. And an annual membership for a single person is still only $30. That's $1 a day for every. No, I'm fairly bad at math. Scratch that. I was doing the 30 carry the 10. No, wait. Okay. FCTV. Show your membership card at there's a list of businesses on the back of the card where you can get a discount. And now, here we go. On with the show. Hello, performers. I am so happy to see your winsome faces. There's a 4-minute time limit. I'll introduce you by name, and please repeat your name before you begin your piece. I'm going to start us off with a poem. I've always loved traveling, but when I think about vacation wonder, not many places beat the grandeur of the grandest canyon of all, the Grand Canyon. My poem is called Grand. And I just want to show what it looks like on the page. Grand. As I step down into the canyon, heart races, not in fear, but awe. How do I dare to go alone into that layer-cake chasm? Crenellated columns rough-hewn by flooding waters and buffeting winds, smoothed in stratum, tan and white sandstone, imprinted with the tail drag of prehistoric animals. Redstone limestone fossiled with brachiopods, trilobites, and sea lilies. Black shale, mudstone ranging from red to purple, and gypsum, bohemian green, yellow, cobalt. A sure-footed mule pack appears, sweating and snorting. I close my eyes, fuse my back to the broad shoulders of the rock face as the animals clank and jostle by. From inside a sheltering alcove, I hear wild bird calls echo in the valley, and I raise my voice to join them in song. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee and crown thy good with brother and sisterhood, from sea to shining sea. And that is the song that I sang to myself in the Grand Canyon. Let's see, Christine Foisey, you are here and up, my dear. I am so happy to see you.
Wow, talk about wonder. That was wonderful. I have goosebumps. I'm Christine Foisey, and wonder, yes, lots to ponder. But wonder of wonder, a childhood ditty first popped into mind, and happy feelings it sure did remind. Are you ready? Star of wonder, star of night, first star I see tonight. Wish I may, wish I might, have the wish I wish tonight. What is wonder, ask you might? Whatever stirs the heart and makes things right. So, what stirs your heart and brings delight? They say sound, touch, smell, taste, and sight. So of these five senses, I do right. A wonder-filled day. If you will, take a sensory trip with me. Over the river and through the woods, to grandmother's house we go. Visualize an invigorating, crisp, frosty Thanksgiving morning. Your loved one's family car glides up the driveway. Hear the tires crunch, laughter of children, maybe the soft bark of the family dog, as they all anxiously walk up to the front door, the sun blinking through brilliantly colored leaves, rustling in merry little breeze, filled with the aroma of wood-burning fire and rustic balsam fir. Sensory overload for sure, but more. Heartfelt hugs and kisses lovingly doled out to all, their faces radiating bright, cheery smiles and sparkling eyes in excited anticipation of this anxiously awaited celebration. Joyful noise fills the warm, inviting air, mingled with aromatic fragrance of cooking turkey, complete with favorite traditional fixings, infused with the intoxicating smells of holiday desserts, freshly baked breads. Oh, and yes, definitely enough to keep an army fed. Prayers of thanksgiving, proclaimed by all, start partaking of the sumptuous feast, accompanied with cherished chatter, including praises for the turkey platter. Perhaps some photos to preserve these treasured memories, much reminiscing, tryptophan naps, maybe TV. It sure all seems so heavenly to me. At day's end, my, how time does fly. Tender embraces, sweet waves of goodbye. Another awesome family day filled with wonder. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Christine. You had me drooling there. Especially the fresh baked bread. That's one of my favorite smells. Yeah. Thank you. That was gorgeous. Elaine Robinson. She's back.
I am Elaine Robinson. I have 3 poems. Since we've just had Thanksgiving, let's have a poem from the turkey perspective. Okay. Turkey revolt. Wild birds of intelligence, they gather in gangs to save the innocent. It is that time of year. Humans consume their relatives so dear. So off to the notorious farm, gobble, gobble, gobble. They sound the alarm. Doors open, feathers abound. Thanksgiving dinner escapes, no turkeys are around. It looks like a tasty meal. Veggies, fish, walnuts, fruit pie. Still we give thanks with hearty zeal. All right, second poem, dealing with the theme of wonder, an untitled poem. Through the glass I see a tail, gracefully wrapped around coral. Little beings emerge from his pouch. Daddy giving birth. It makes me wonder, what is he thinking? Is he worried about his 100 children? Will they rebel against him in adolescence? Will he spoil them, or maybe he will eat them? He appears calm, floating up and down. The microscopic creatures fan out to various ends of the aquarium. I stay, watch, wonder. This seahorse world draws me in, holding me captive, stirring my imagination as I observe one of nature's great wonders, Daddy giving birth. Okay, next poem kind of came into my head when you mentioned the theme of wonder. Again, untitled. Okay. Peanut butter and jelly on white bread, a glass of milk, cookies to top off lunch. I think back on growing up. Wonder Bread was there through the years. Sandwiches, meatloaf, bird food. A staple we never questioned. But now, the tasty bread is demonized. Whole grains only for lunch. Memories float around a meal now considered unhealthy. But my aging soul cheats. Wonder Bread comforts this woman despite the pleadings of modern health. A return to childhood brings forth an escape to a happier, simpler time, cutting off the crusts, spreading the peanut butter. Even our dog had his share. A mandatory staple for so many years. What was once considered good is now seen as a dietitian's nightmare. But my memories of Wonder Bread linger on. When I walk in the bread aisle at the grocery store, visions of a comforting, happy home appear, passing by Wonder Bread. Okay. Thank you.
Oh, Elaine, thank you so much. You made us laugh a lot today. This is awesome. Thank you. And I love the seahorse daddy, but I don't weep a single tear for him. All right, Jim Hain, my friend. Second time we've seen each other this week. This is awesome.
I'm Jim Hain, and the last time I was here I played bass flute. So this evening I have an alto flute. And a few months ago the theme was friends. So I'm going to go back to that and play the old hymn, What a Friend We Have in Jesus.
Thank you, Jim. That really takes me back. I remember that song, singing it a lot. And gorgeous riffs there, I really appreciate the jazzy sound to it. Thank you. Uh, John Jackson. I'm on standby.
You're on standby. Excuse me, I'm going to be tall. Thank you. Let's see. How can men pull out from under our tearing each other asunder? The history we repeat, but the mystery's incomplete, a source both of hope and of wonder. My name is John Jackson, and my muse is Limericks of Protest, and that's the name of my website, limericksofprotest.com. I write political limericks. Sorry. Another billionaire con man. Cryptocurrency guy Bankman Fried. In New York, convicted, he tried to inflate his own worth. Who else on this earth is on trial there because he has lied? Daylight savings time. Fall back an extra hour in bed. Spring forward fills workers with dread. The disruption is tiring, but since I'm retiring, next spring I can sleep late instead. Johnson going the way of McCarthy. Pressure to pass a spending bill is terrific. Speaker Johnson's challenge is specific. Any vote will fall short with no Democratic support, and his own party is not monolithic. I did a lot of editing this week. Professional crastination. Senate passed the House bill on spending, so federal funds will be extending. But below the headlines are two midwinter deadlines. Congressional dysfunction never ending. Rapid, unscheduled disassembly. Oh yes, that's what they called it. The latest test flight from SpaceX aborted due to untold effects. With no one aboard, it failed where it soared. The same fate may happen to X. Beyond first Thanksgiving, I'm guessing, the Wampanoag found the Pilgrims distressing. We old Mayflower Yanks know we ought to give thanks and extend to all people our blessing. Imaginary diseases. Trump's still attacking Obamacare, looking to make some MAGA drama there. His motives are pure. He's not had a cure for his own case of mangy llama hair. No room at the inn for Palestinian Christians. The violence in Israel has led them to quietly protest the bedlam. Manger Square Plaza unlit due to Gaza. Christmas is canceled in Bethlehem. Now, it is after Thanksgiving, so we can bring up a topic that is taboo 11 months out of the year, and that is Christmas songs. I would like to have my favorite chanteuse join me for a little question and answer. So my question for you, dear, first, who in the Christmas song pantheon is Miss Fanny Bright?
Barbara Streisand?
Good answer, but no. This is a song, you know the chorus backwards and forwards. You can't escape. However, nobody knows the verse. It's the equivalent of Nellie Kelly and Take Me Out to the Ball Game. No one knows who Nellie Kelly is either. Miss Fanny Bright. A day or so ago, I thought I'd take a ride with Miss Fanny Bright. Seated by my side, the horse was lank and lean. Misfortune seemed its lot. It got into a drift of snow, and then we were upsot.
Jingle bells,
Okay, so here's Miss Fanny Bright. She's smack dab in the middle of this super famous Christmas song, right? And the guy's trying to impress her and gets into an accident. Although traffic accidents are part and parcel of the Christmas scene. Very soon, Massachusetts Department of Transportation will put signs out on the highways saying, "It's a wonderful life. Don't drink and drive." Completely forgetting that a drunk driving accident is the centerpiece of the movie It's a Wonderful Life. Never thought of that, did you? But back to Miss Fanny Bright. Miss Fanny Bright has two sisters that are also in Christmas songs. The first one that comes to mind is Alice. Would you care to guess what song Alice Bright is in?
A Christmas song?
Yes.
No.
I praise you for your honesty. All is calm, Alice Bright. Their other sister is Marianne. Marianne. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. Thank you for playing our game. Here's our take-home guest.
Yay! John Jackson. Well, I guess I'll never be a millionaire, huh? Thanks, John. That was great. Oh, retro alimento. I am so excited. Thank you. Okay, I'm getting pumped. I'm getting psyched.
Do you want to bring a chair up? No. You can stand and play? Yeah. Cool. This is where I'm like. We are Retro Alimento, pop duo sensation. Not a joke. Not a joke. Okay, it's a joke. Everything's a joke. Here's a song we wrote, or are writing. You're writing the drum part, right? And the backup vocals. Don't be afraid. Okay. Okay, that's it. I said, I don't care where you've been. Yes, I know that we're just friends. Till you will fall in love again. Where and when you let me know. I feel bad and my friends know. In the underpass, watching the snow fall down. Sit down, down, down. Can you even dance to this? The mashed potato or do the twist? The broken leg or all those bits? Meet me by the brick building. I'll be standing there trying to think when the cherry blossoms, white and pink, blow by in the cool breeze. Dee, 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 dee. I've been falling down and down, but I never seem to hit the ground. If I do, catch me if you can. Trumpets and violins You'll hear them if you hold my hand while we're walking the sun-drenched crystalline sands by the seaside. My, yeah. City lights fade at dawn. I wonder where my life went wrong. Up in the clubs all night long. Meet me underneath the bridge when leaves turn yellow and orange, and they're spinning and twisting in the wind so cold. Oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh.
Thank you.
We're Retro Alimento. De nada.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. He's such a great showman. All right. Thank you, Retro Alimento. Ellen Todd. There she is.
Okay, I'm Ellen Todd, and this is On Wonder. We currently have no small children in our family, and none of our friends have grandchildren who live nearby. Although I'm glad that we're beyond that days of tantrums and other difficulties, I miss the joys that are part of the package deal with little children. That's especially true at this time of year when children's delight and wonder are elicited by the holiday season. With no children to observe, I've learned to nurture my own sense of wonder. Last year, for example, we made plans to find the magic in Christmas. The prior year, we knew that Christmas 2021 would be my mother's last holiday with us. Everyone made it a point to be together for her. In 2022, those same family members needed to make neglected in-laws their priority. For us, it was a year to take a break from hosting and spend a week in Quebec, even if it meant paying others to take care of us. The snow, the lights, the architecture, and the food were magical, but I missed having our own Christmas tree. This year we will again have a tree. As usual, we'll put it up a week or so before Christmas and leave it until January 6th or a few days later. One of my favorite things to do during the season is to spend the last minutes of the day sitting in quiet and enjoying the tree, with no lights other than those on the Christmas tree, with the small white lights reflected in hand-blown glass balls and in glass icicles hung on the tree. It is a time of serenity and sparkling wonder. Light can create magic at other times of the year, too. In our living room, we have a pair of faceted glass tea lights. They're about this big. So they're not very big, but when the sun comes through the sitting room in just the right angle, it goes through the door into the living room, and it hits those facets. And there's lights all over the ceiling and the walls, little spots of white, yellow, pink, pale blue, pale purple, green, all over. And they can sort of shift a little bit as you watch them. The first time I saw this, I said, fairy lights. Now, I understand the science behind this, but I still call them fairy lights. There's also magic and wonder to be found in growing things. I learned to garden from my grandparents, and I have pictures from toddlerhood and memories from later childhood of my delight at finding colorful flowers and flavorful berries in their garden. I'm amazed every year when delicate-looking snowdrops bloom in February, even pushing their way through an inch or two of snow. I declare it spring, and I don't care what anybody else says about spring not really happening until some particular set date in March. There are flowers in the garden. It's spring. I continue to find wonder through the gardening season, watching the rhubarb push fat knobs from the earth that unfold into large leaves atop those stalks that make delicious pies. There are fresh herbs, the first tomato, the first bunch of mixed flowers cut to grace our dinner table. All of these bring a sense of wonder and joy. And gardening is not limited to outside in the summer. I also start seeds indoors and grow orchids and other plants. My husband can tell when I've discovered a blooming plant or germinating seeds when he hears me, oh, with delight, probably similar to my reaction when I was a child. I was thinking about this writing for the past few weeks when pondering the month's theme of wonder, and I had started to write when I discovered I'm not alone in recognizing the need for all of us to reclaim the wonder of childhood. Yesterday, I read an article in the Boston Globe that echoed the thoughts I'd been writing about. Our First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden, was interviewed about her choices for decorating the White House this year. Biden said that she knows that magic, wonder, and joy can be hard to find, especially as the days grow shorter, the weather turns colder, and our hearts grow heavy in the face of a tumultuous world. But it's in these times when we are searching for hope and healing that we need those points of light the most, that we need each other the most, she says. It's in these times that I hope you remember, if even just for a moment or a season, how you saw the world as a child. I think that this year's tree will provide us with more wonder than usual after not having our own tree last year, and my wish is that we all find a sense of magic and wonder in our world this year.
Ellen, thank you. Sister of my soul. One of my favorite things is to sit at night in front of the Christmas tree. In fact, I put the lights on and I don't add any decorations for at least 4 or 5 days. Just me and the lights in the dark. So, boy, that was wonderful. Thank you so much. And thank you, Jill Biden, for having wonderful ideas about the season, too. Oh, now this is a new friend. It's his first time. So we have to give him a great round of applause. This is Sean Hibbert. He was an intern last summer at FCTV. Yay, Sean!
Bye, guys. A round of applause to everyone that performed already. So I heard my name called and I was about to leave for the door until I remembered that someone was going to carry me to stage if I don't walk up here. So here I am, even though that would have been a cool entrance. So pretty much, you know how people like to play Christmas songs on the first day of October? Yeah, so I'm gonna do the opposite. I made a Halloween song about 3 years ago. So I hope you guys like it. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a little bit cringe. There's a lot of repetition. Yeah, so this is the first time I'm doing this in public, but yeah. And I'm going to be acapelling it. The sun is almost down, and it's almost time to play. We've been waiting for so long, it's been a lot of days. The sun is down, the moon is out, it's time for us to appear of every single monster that you ever feared. From every single haunted house, from every single graveyard, coming alive this night to monsters that are very scars, from mummies to zombies that are very scary. Yes, we're going to eat you. Oh, we're very hungry. You can do what you want, you can do what you can, but you know it's not gonna end up so well. You can do what you want, you can do what you can, but you know it's that time because it's spectacular. Spectacular, spectacular, we're gonna be coming for you. Spectacular, 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 we're gonna be coming for you. Spectacular, 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 we're gonna be coming for you. Spectacular, 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 we're gonna be a coming tonight. So, hold up, I am remembering, and booyah. You can run, you can hide, you can do whatever you want. You can stay, come and fight and blow several blunts. You can make yourself believe that you're in a dreamland, but while you're doing that, we'll be eating your hand. The full moon is out. The wolves are howling. What you gonna do now? You gonna start blubbering? This is Halloween where the spooks come alive. You can run, you can hide, but you won't stay alive. You can scream all you want, you can run all you can, but you know it's not gonna end up so well. You can fight all you want, and that's okay, because at the end of your time, because spectacular, 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 we're gonna be coming for you. Spectacular, 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 we're gonna be coming for you. Spectacular, 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 we're gonna be coming for you. Spectacular, 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 we're gonna be coming tonight. Yeah, we're gonna be coming tonight. Yeah, we are feeling weak. We are losing power, and nothing can stop our draining. Oh no, the candlelight is almost out. The clock is ticking now, and the night will soon end, and we'll go back to rest. But before we do go, we'll have one last desire, devouring your brain, and let the others have the rest. Because it's not over, it's still Halloween, and therefore it is spectacular.
Sean, one word, spectacular. Thank you. You have a lovely voice, and you have lovely, weird voices, too. So thank you for that. That was so incredible. I never thought that would happen. Patricia Austin, I'm so happy to see you, too, tonight. Here we come.
That is really a hard act to follow.
Wow.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, let's see. I never have pieces of paper or stuff in my hand to drive me nuts, except I do today. Okay. Now I'm breaking my own rule tonight. I am actually going to read my prose. So I am Patricia Austin. I have a short poem and a poetical essay, a prose, which I will read. I say that because I usually don't do that, so I don't lose my place. I keep it in my head. Okay. Follow the dragonfly through the spiral to the deepest expression of being. Levels of higher, the deeper you go, the steeper the path to the doorway of no. No thing no time, no need, no want, no ego left to flaunt. Just will and wish, wonder and pray to add to the glory, not take it away. Your dearest dream, if not distracted by the doorway of a stay. Demons? Yes, thank you. Did we begin to believe in demons when we first felt guilt because we could not fulfill our compassionate impulses? Compassion appears to be an innate quality within humanity, antithetical to our concept of wild nature. The pesky itch that says, "Don't be stingy. Help your neighbor," living right alongside the fear that says, "We will not have enough and not survive." Did that combination create an untenable situation? One that caused us to outsource the problem to a new class of reality? The demons upon which all our weaknesses can be blamed. The problem with the extraordinarily creative human mind is that it never stops. Once the thread is put in place, the tapestry inevitably unfolds. Throughout our recorded history, we have played out the scenario of compassion, guilt, and the devil made me do it. All the while taking baby steps toward a higher level in the spiritual spiral. We have always had to fight through the forces of contention and confusion coming at us while trying to eke out a sensible path of life. Our saving grace seems to be another little inkling of our higher nature, our higher mind, that realizes and allows response to compassion, going much deeper than our petty fears and competitions, saving us from ourselves, despite our demons. Innately, we are also able to be grateful. Perhaps Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, considered by some to be the man with the highest IQ of all time, said it best. Quote, "Ingratitude is a kind of weakness. Outstanding people are never ungrateful." Unquote. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope we can take it into the rest of this year and the next year and survive the madness coming on us. Okay.
Thank you, Patricia. Compassion, one of my favorite words. Thank you. We'll have to talk about that spiritual spiral at some point. be interested in hearing. Oh, we have another new friend tonight. Ding, 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 ding. Jennifer Phillips, let's give her a grand welcome. Woohoo! Thank you so much for coming tonight.
Thank you, Donna, and good evening. I have a couple of poems for you. This first one was published in Artemisia Anthology, and I just want to say a word for small presses. Support small presses. They are working so hard, and it's really tough in these times. So they are one. This one's called The Dandelion Clock. I grew up calling those seed heads on dandelions a dandelion clock. Probably dates me some. The soul is in the body as light is in the air, Plotinus thought. Light being God's factotum, light and air and time, so restless, setting off soft detonations of the dandelion clocks, the thistle globes. Every flight is a crossing over, a controlled fall, setting seed. Seeing this, it's no wonder we bristle and rush about our projects. Small wonder we deny the hours left. Time is forever managing our damage into finitudes and sending all our briefs and declamations rattling down the stairwell, letting loose our tiny freights of hope into new air. In time, though not quite yet, we may become transparent with the joy of this, carried over, lifting off. Thanks. And here's a silly one. My adult godson, who is beginning to feel his mortality as he passes 50, got a Fitbit and spent the entire weekend of his last visit with me consulting it about his well-being. So I wrote him this. Love letter from your Fitbit of fluff. See, here is your heart. Don't be lonely. Your wrist is whispering to you, 70 beats per minute. Stress level sinking, though it might be Zoloft or the soft diffusion of river glances through your Venetian blinds. Here are your 8,000 steps to lay alongside your 4 noble truths, your 5% A1C, and this clandestine recording of your 5th step group meeting, like country music confessing your hopeless love, which you could transmit to your healthcare provider, formerly known as Doc. Atrial lullabies and fibrillations float in the cloud like harping angels. I don't mean to carp, but get up off the couch and move that thing in the direction of immortality. When you can't sleep, fondle my small button and I will glow data for you gently. Added plus, I'm impervious to tears and other fluids, and more shock resistant than most of those you love. And I will go with you everywhere, monitoring your well-being and getting a charge out of you. You'll know our connection is secure when I vibrate and offer my icon close to your lips, your ear. Thank you.
I'm still going to laugh about that last one. My son did not get me a Fitbit. He got me one of these iWatches. And when the phone rings and I have to try and talk and listen to the person on the other end of the line, it's like, oh, such a world, such a world. Oh, Sue Beth Carlson. Hello, lady.
This has been amazing. Everybody has just one after the other. What a night. I just have a little vignette for you. This little vignette is based on a real visit to the sea on the night of the very rare occurrence of the blue supermoon of August 2023, when Saturn appeared to encircle the moon and bioluminescent creatures were there to see it all. Flying up moon is a Cree term for the August moon, describing the time when young birds are finally ready to take the leap and learn to fly. And this is the story of Augustus and the flying up moon. When the supermoon rises, she emerges from the horizon with such brilliance, it seems the horizon has just given birth to the greatest light ever to fill the heavens. She illuminates crystals and stones on the beach, smoothed by an ocean of love, and gifted to us first by pushing waves and then by receding tides, releasing these precious gems onto the shore. Sometime later, under this flying up moon, a little boy was splashing in the ocean, waving his arms to and fro among the waves. As he did, luminescent patterns followed his movements like stars twinkling in the black canvas of the evening sea. He splashed so joyfully that the stars began to fly further and further into the air until they reached the sky and became nestled in its velvet blanket there. They loved being there so much that they stayed. The boy could see the moon jellyfish alight in the sea, mirroring their mother's glow up above. Embraced by the magnetic power of two supermoons, the ocean stars had known it was time. This second flying up moon in 1 month had drawn the stars to their new home in the sky, and Saturn, wearing rings, engaged in a circle dance around the moon to honor the brilliance of their flight. Thank you.
Okay, and we are the three muses of FCTV's Poetic License.
Susan Beth Carlson.
Christine Poisey.
Donna Shear. Special thanks to Tony Sedira for the history lesson and for fixing the lights. This piece is called The Past, the Present, the Future. It's something we read for the block party, the FCTV block party. In the beginning,
Before the internet,
Over 30 years ago,
a dream was born with many, many dreamers. I'm a dreamer.
I'm a dreamer.
I'm a dreamer too. As humans, we each have a strong need to be seen,
To be heard.
To connect with others.
That was the birth of a community miracle.
by the people,
For the people. And so groups of people with dreams of different stripes
Different colors.
different shades,
stepped up to bring their piece of the dream into being.
VNA nurses, eager to share information about practicing good health, created a program.
people who love to laugh initiated a show called Talking Comics.
Harold Crocker, the ventriloquist, filled the community need for variety show entertainment. From the back of a rusty, stinky old equipment van, FCTV was able to broadcast the Falmouth Road Race live.
Instead of crowding into small rooms to attend government meetings, we were offered a front row seat in the comfort of our own homes, viewing selectmen meetings, planning board meetings,
ZBA meetings, school committee meetings.
And the ever-popular town meetings.
For years, hopscotching from one empty space to another, FCTV struggled to find a permanent home base.
But the dream lived on wherever it was moved, because people continued to dream.
Through the years, there were changes, expanded uses, sharing, always sharing.
FCTV offered an in-house program called Senior Net, where seniors could get hands-on help to demystify the internet. They learned how to send and receive emails. They learned how to navigate the web browsers.
Remember that cranky old van? The brakes wore out and it was retired in 2015. Grants and fundraising helped to buy a replacement vehicle. On its way to events, the new van cruised through the town like a big, bright billboard.
Our initial staff of 2 now numbers 9+ with countless volunteers. Instead of 1 overflowing channel, we have 3, each with its own focus and programming. Then,
Home at last.
A new multimedia building was constructed from the ground up on Dillingham Avenue.
Filled with the best equipment and rooms for every need.
Sight and sound, cutting and editing.
Classrooms, a high-class gallery with rotating art.
A full kitchen for cooking shows. Even the dreaded COVID could not stop that dream.
Do you remember holding hands with Scott McGann, our health agent during COVID?
Do you remember how the loneliness dispersed when Poetic License survived COVID on Zoom?
Do you remember the bolster of encouragement when we joined other nonprofits to raise funds, raise awareness, and raise spirits?
We are the inheritors of the local dream machine.
People are still dreaming about how to improve, expand, and create for FCTV.
As for the future, what shall we dream?
This is my dream. Ripples of creativity emanate from this place. They release the energy of fear and anger and transform it into a work of heart. From our ocean home, these ripples grow into waves of empathy, flowing in an outgoing tide of compassion. They reach every shore until their liquid, light with release, floats in a mist reaching toward the cosmos. When it becomes heavy with tears as it sees from its view above, it releases droplets of care back into the ocean, and each drop inspires ripples of creativity.
If you'd like to share your creativity in person at the studio, email tony@fctv.org or come join us for free entertainment as an audience member at Poetic License.
This is my dream. Children bring an excitement for life and the breath of joy in all that they do. To bring children's programming back to FCTV is my dream. Can't you see them falling headlong into song and movement with finger play, poems, and puppets, and the glory of stories? That's my dream. Let's close with some words from Troy Clarkson. He's a great Falmouth communicator and a dreamer. He said, FCTV is deeply woven into the fabric of the community and a lifeline for so many. FCTV is our community mirror.
Isn't Falmouth nice?
Isn't FCTV nice?
We hope
We hope
you will continue to dream with us.
Thank you.
Thank you. This edited performance will be shown on FCTV's Channel 13, its YouTube channel, as well as via Roku and Apple TV. And friends out there, if you'd like to join us on stage on Dillingham Ave and be a performer, please come. The next Poetic license will be Thursday, December 28th. The suggested theme, as it is every year, is peace. Heads up about the future. The theme for January 2024, oh my gosh, will be imagination. You can sign up by sending a text to our producer, Tony Sedira. His email is tony@fctv.org. Thank you again, Tony. Thank you again for all the camera help for videotaping this show. And thanks, performers. Thank you, performers and audience. We love for your sharing your incredible talents. So until we meet again, peace and shine on.